Born Diane Althea Coleman. Last name subsequently changed to Krelikowski upon entry into the Federal Witness Protection Program. Born in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and sojourned as far as Berwick, Scranton, and Wilkes-Barre throughout her life. The oldest of 4 siblings, a brother and 2 sisters. Raised by a school teacher and former roller derby skater in the hardscrabble zinc mining town of Ogdensburg, New Jersey. Aborted attempts at flute playing, field hockey, drum majorette, high school basketball, and field hockey. Current hobbies include gardening, kickboxing, photography, and recent interest in baseball, fishing, billiards, horseback riding, and who knows what else. When she starts dating someone, she's apparently game for just about anything. Attended Wilkes and King colleges, graduating as a registered nurse after a failed career as a food service worker. Worked in a variety of positions for the Berwick Hospital Center, none of which seemed to have anything to do with actually treating sick people. 2 young adult sons born through Immaculate Conception. Matthew was 24 years old in his first year as a medical student at Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. And James is 21 years old and a junior computer science major at Bloomsburg University. That's the public face of Diane Althea. Now let's take a deeper examination. Let's bring out the scopes, probes, and other herdy things and get the experts to render a diagnosis.
I mean, 8 years old, and she's out after dark. What would you think? I mean, really, I was ready to kill her. But basically, she is a good girl.
And I happened to go into the liquor store, and she was in there buying liquor. And I said to the guy at the liquor store, "Are you sure that she's 18? And she was very embarrassed, but she's basically a good girl.
We had to carry her up the steps. I think she woke up 3 days later. I wouldn't say that she was drunk. She was feeling mighty good.
I understand Diane's always fought a drinking problem, and she's been known to get in some uncomfortable situations with excess alcohol.
That would be one drink would be excess alcohol for Diane.
Diane has quite a history and a track record as both a chef and a driver. Now, your daughter had a history, a long history, I should say, of dating different types of boys. What did you think of all her different boyfriends and husbands?
The husband, forget about.
What was the worst trouble Diane ever got into?
Well, Diane was always a good girl, and according to Diane. But one day I came home from work early, and we had a pool in the backyard, and her and John didn't know I was home.
One of my other memories of Diane with her former spouse is when we were in New Jersey, and Diane had gone to her class reunion with her then current husband. And very late at night, he walks in the house, and we asked where Diane was. He says, "Your drunken daughter's in the back of the car. Go get her." And went upstairs to bed. She's yours. You can have her back.
I think she became a nurse because of me, because she broke my arm, and has been dealing with guilt ever since. I have a brother.
What else would you like to say to your daughter on this time of her being sent to women's prison?
Being what?
Sent to women's prison.
I want to know why Diane isn't here has to have work before us? Why does work have to come before us?
The fact that she's a nurse only happened because one summer she couldn't find a job. And it's a true story. She got the job because a friend of hers gave it up and it was in a nursing home.
My records show her actual first job was Burger King.
Oh, she was the bunny rabbit. Yes, she was. You may not know that.
So why didn't she pursue a career as a bunny rabbit at Burger King?
The suit was too hot.
Funny Diane's story is she was helping me when my husband was in the hospital. She was telling me about how terrible a nurse she was when she was a nursing student. And get out of my face. So she said that when she first started, she found it very hard to put gentlemen on the commodes, and she had a very elderly patient and she put him on the commode incorrectly. And his privates got caught. And she tried to lift him off, wipe his privates caught, and he began screaming at her.
Well, the way I met Diane is I played in a band with her former husband, and I actually wanted to date her, but she was already engaged. So she told me she had a sister that was better than her, and she gave me her sister instead. And 27 years later, I think she did a good job.
What would you say about Diane?
I would say she's the nicest person I know. But basically, she's a good girl.
There's one thing that I think is very important that Diane should know, that I tell everyone I know that if they only had one friend, she would be the person you'd want, because she only sees good in people. She does not see any bad. And I think that's a
Everything good. Everything good. I have nothing bad to ever say about her. She's my our first, and still is the most beautiful girl around.
Greetings, Berwickians and people of Pennsylvania. I'm Diane's brother, Jim, broadcasting from Florida. Perhaps you've heard of it. A little more than a year ago, I had an organ transplant. Guess who was at my bedside when I awoke? And guess who was at my side when I walked out of the hospital? That's the type of sister I have. To Diane, from your family, we love you, we're proud of you, and we wish you continued good luck